Hello, welcome to this session on sine and cosine rules. I'm going to look at a question here on the Pixel Maths Aiming for Grade 9 booklet. I'd be very surprised if sine and cosine rule were not on the GCSE exam. So you need to know them, and you need to know them well because they're often combined. So you've got the rules up here, which you do need to know. And we're going to look at this question. There's a lot of information to take in at the start of a question, so you need to be really clear. ABC is a triangle. D is a point on AC. Angle BAD is 45. It's all marked on there as well on the diagram. ADB is 80 degrees. And you've got this is 7.4 and this is 5.8. Work out BC. So we're looking for this one. This BC here. Well, we've got a little bit of work to do before we get there. Very quickly though, you can immediately see that's 100 degrees. Because 80 and 100 add up to 180. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to find this, because if I can find this length, I've got this length and this angle, which will let me use the cosine rule. But first I need to use the sine rule, because I'm going to find BD. Now look, you know the sine rule. It's all about opposites. It's about the ratio of opposites. BD over sine 45 degrees is equal to 7.4 over sine 80 degrees. So BD is going to be equal to 7.4 over sine 80 degrees times sine 45 degrees. Now, a couple of things to be careful of. Make sure your angles are measured in degrees on your calculator. Check your calculator settings, make sure it's in degrees. And also we're going to be careful of rounding too early. So if you put this in your calculator, you'll get BD is going to equal 5.31 with a load of other numbers there. You want to really leave that in your calculator and then use the ANS button. So we're going to call that now ANS. And you're going to use your ANS button. We then move on to finding BC. That's ultimately what we need. So we're going to use the cosine rule. BC squared equals BD. So it's going to be ANS squared. Remember that from the last question. So that's BD from the last part of the question, sorry. Plus 5.8 squared minus 2 times your answer times 5.8. I'm just running out of room there a bit, sorry. Cosine 100. So using the cosine rule, this side squared is your BD squared plus 5.8 squared times, minus 2 times BD times 5.8 cosine 100. There it is, look, BC squared. So what we're trying to get squared is the answer squared from the last bit, which is this, plus 5.8 squared minus 2 times answer times 5.8 times cosine 100. If you know your cosine rule well, then that will fall into place. You put that into your calculator and then hopefully you square root it and you'll get BC, and what should come up 8.5190, loads of numbers there. You just want 3 significant figures. Please don't lose marks by not rounding to what they ask. So that would be 8.52. And there you go. So that is a good example of using the sine rule then cosine rule, both rules in combination.